So, let's talk about a problem that, let's be honest, pretty much everyone deals with. It's this giant, frustrating gap between knowing what you need to do and actually doing it. It's not about needing another book or another course. It's about something else entirely.
I mean, does this sound painfully familiar? You've got that shelf of half-read self-help books, a library of unfinished online courses, maybe, like 27 tabs open right now you swear you're going to get to? You know what you should do to get in shape, or start that side hustle, or learn that skill, but the action part? It just never quite happens, does it? You know, there's a Japanese proverb that just nails this feeling. Buta ni Shinji. It means pearls before swine. And that image, it's supposed to hit you right in the gut. It's about taking something incredibly valuable, all that knowledge, all those great ideas, and just tossing it into the mud. And here's the toughest pill to swallow. In this story, you're both characters. You're the one holding the pearls, and you're the one wasting them. To really get our heads around this trap, let's dive into the story of someone who is living this every single day. We'll call him Franklin. Franklin's entire life could be summed up in one word: almost. He'd almost started a business, he'd almost learned to code, he'd almost gotten fit. His whole world was just this collection of amazing things he was just about to do, but never did. I mean, picture this. His room is like a graveyard of good intentions. Books with bookmarks stuck on page 15, online courses he's super excited about with maybe 12% progress. His days were spent consuming, watching videos, reading threads, listening to podcasts, but he never ever applied any of it. He was a professional preparer. So Franklin's drowning, right? He knows he's stuck. And then, one day, he sees an ad for a martial arts school that's different. He walks in, meets this mentor, Master Minato, who gives him the cold, hard diagnosis he desperately needed to hear. And that right there, that was the line on the dojo's website that just grabbed him. It wasn't about learning more fancy moves or collecting more techniques. It was all about the one thing he was missing: execution. He knew he had to go. So after hearing Franklin's whole life story, Master Minato basically draws a line in the sand. He says there are two types of people: the collector and the doer. The collector is always looking for the next new thing, the next shiny object. They prepare and prepare because it feels safe. They're terrified of failure. But the doer? They want mastery. They execute. They embrace the messy process of practice. They don't just collect knowledge, they embody it. So you gotta ask yourself, right now, which one are you? And then, bam, Minato drops this bombshell on him. All that research, all that getting ready, it wasn't productive. It was just fear, dressed up in a smart-sounding outfit. He was hiding behind a wall of information, because as long as you're just preparing, you can never truly fail, right? Okay, so Master Minato doesn't just diagnose the problem, he gives him a prescription, a challenge, a 90-day gauntlet designed to do one thing and one thing only: rewire Franklin from a collector into an executor. The rules were brutally simple. For 90 days straight, Franklin had to practice the exact same thing. No new skills, no looking at other options, no what-ifs, just pure, relentless focus on depth. And here's the kicker. He had to post his promise online for everyone to see. Because let's be real, when your reputation's on the line, suddenly all those flimsy excuses, they just evaporate.
But Minato warned him, look, this isn't going to be a walk in the park. 3 enemies are going to show up, guaranteed. First, that initial rush of excitement, it's going to fade. Then, you'll be hit with soul-crushing boredom. And right when you're at your weakest, the temptation of variety, some new shiny object, is going to try to pull you off the path. And yep, just like clockwork, those enemies showed up to the party. Around day 12, the honeymoon was over. Hitting snooze became a real battle. By day 18, it was just plain boring. The same thing, day in, day out. Then, on day 35, the perfect rational distraction appears. An ad for a free seminar. His old brain was screaming, this is a great opportunity, you should do it.
But all of that was just the warm-up, the real test, the moment that would define everything and force him to choose who he wanted to be, was still on its way.
Day 52. Franklin wakes up feeling like he's been hit by a truck. He has the flu, fever, aches, the works. I mean, come on, that is the perfect, gold-plated get-out-of-jail-free card. The old Franklin would have called it a day without a single shred of guilt. So he texts Master Minato, probably expecting to be told to rest up. Nope. Instead, he gets this command. The point wasn't about having a great workout. The point was not to break the chain. If you can't train, you watch. If you can't watch, you just show up and stand there. The second you break that chain, you're not taking a day off. No, you're just a person who used to practice. Continuity is everything.
So Franklin drags himself to the dojo, and that day, something profound clicked. Look, anyone can show up on the good days. When you're motivated and full of energy, that's easy. But showing up when you're sick, when you're tired, when every bone in your body is screaming no, that's when you forge a new identity.
This is all about something called minimum viable action. Think about it. One single push-up every single day for a year has way more transformative power than trying to bang out 100 push-ups once a month. Why? Because your identity isn't built on the days you feel like a superhero. It's forged in the fire on the days you feel like garbage.
So by the time day 90 rolled around, that little voice in his head, the one that debated, should I go, or maybe I'll skip today, it was just gone. Silent. The decision had been removed from the equation. Going to the dojo wasn't something he did anymore, it was just who he was. He'd finally stopped collecting pearls.
Okay, so Franklin's story is incredible. But it's not just a story. It's a roadmap. Let's break down exactly what you can take from this and use, like, today.
There's this samurai concept called Fudoshin, the unmoved mind. And it doesn't mean you won't have thoughts of doubt or boredom. Oh, you will, for sure. It means you learn to see those thoughts for what they are. Just little tests passing by. You acknowledge them, and then you get back to work. Your feelings are going to be all over the place, right? But your commitment, that has to be rock solid.
So here it is. This is the code. It's simple, but man, it is everything. First, choose one thing. Just one. Then, commit to going deep, not wide. Focus on continuity, just showing up, over trying to be perfect every time. Do the work, especially on the days you don't feel like it, because those are the only days that truly build you. And most importantly, draw a line in the sand. Today, right now. Stop just consuming and start executing.
Look, you already have the pearls. You're not lost, you're not lacking knowledge, you're just standing in a pile of it. So the only real question left is this. What is the one pearl, that one thing you already know you should do that you will commit to executing relentlessly for the next 90 days? The distance between who you are and who you want to be isn't more information, it's action.